We welcome you to Dunfield once again for Elmira Pioneers Baseball, as tonight we get a special edition of Pioneers Baseball, an exhibition against the defending New York Collegiate Baseball League champion Syracuse Salt Cats, who roll into town tonight. Good evening, everybody, for the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. I'm Farrell Hudson. I'll take you through the live coverage tonight. Only a brief 7-inning game. Both teams trying to save up their arms and just their energy at this point. Both teams have started their seasons. Pioneers collecting their first victory of the season with a 7-5 win here at Dunfield over the Auburn Doubledays on Tuesday night. It was a game that was tied at 5 in the 5th inning, but the Pioneers were able to scrape out a victory. We'll get to a couple of the highlights from that one as we roll along in tonight's ball game. But for Syracuse, this is their 5th organized ball game they are playing in the last 4 calendar days. For the Pioneers, they get set for a very busy weekend. Tomorrow, they welcome in the Batavia Muck Dogs for a split bill. 2 games, 7 innings, doubleheader. First game starting at 4 p.m., second game a little shortly after, roughly half an hour after the first, so we assume any time in the 6 to 7 p.m. range. And then a fireworks night at Dunfield. Following that, the Pioneers travel up the road to Geneva on Saturday night, where they take on the Red Wings. Pios have begun one game with Geneva this season. That was on Sunday afternoon, in which they took an 8-3 lead into the bottom of the 4th inning. That suspended game will be made up the next time the Red Wings come to Dunfield, which will be next Tuesday, June 17th. So doubleheader madness if you haven't been listening to us here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. 3 separate doubleheaders next week, and that's excluding the one that happens tomorrow. So the Pioneers are trying to save up as many arms as they possibly can, and in doing so, they're going to call on the right-hander Sawyer Carlton, making his season and Elmira Pioneers debut. A local product from Elmira, New York. Andy Drum saying that he was throwing him out there today because, hence, you have to save arms. 14 innings tomorrow, 9 on Saturday, and 9 on Sunday. You add it up, you get 32 total innings, roughly in about the next 72 to 75 hours. So a lot of baseball to be played. The Pioneers, though, feeling like it's a good test to their mettle going up against a very formidable Salt Cat squad. As we'll get to the Syracuse starting lineup, Isaac Brozan, the shortstop, will lead off. Tyler Campbell in center field. He'll bat second. Tristan Galachian, the designated hitter. He'll bat third. Andrew Hepner at first base. He'll bat fourth. Matt Stokes is the extra hitter tonight. He'll bat fifth. Jackson Grant, not to be confused with the Pioneers' Jackson Grant. This is Jackson, Jaxon Grant. He's the catcher. He'll bat 6th. Mike Mayon, left field, will bat 7th. Ryan Manning in right field, will bat 8th. Ethan Snyder, the former Syracuse Spartan, at shortstop. He'll bat 9th tonight. And rounding out the batting order is Ithaca College's Lucas Orlovitz at third base. Carlton taking his warm-up tosses on a beautiful and warm evening. Finally, the rain has given way to a relatively sunny week here in the southern tier, and we're just about ready to go in Elmira. A nice night here at the ballpark. Stitch's 135th birthday, a little mascot celebration if you tuned into our broadcast just a couple minutes ago prior to the national anthem. A very nice rendition of our national anthem from the Canterbury High School Chorus, a local choir coming over from Tioga County to do the honors for tonight's ball game. But now all business as we get you set for baseball. Warm evening in Elmira. Sawyer Carlton is ready from the right side of the rubber, kicks and fires, and a swing and a miss. And that's how we begin the ball game. Isaac Brozan out of Poplar Ridge, New York. The shortstop and attendee of Southern Cayuga High School watches strike 2 over the outside corner. Carlton working quickly ahead. Pioneers have utilized at least 4 pitchers in their last 3 full ball games. Here's a pop-up into short right center field. Henry Jackson from the second base position goes out, and he'll put it away for the first out of the ball game. So a quick 3 pitches for Sawyer Carlton. Brozan is retired, and with 1 out and the base is empty, that'll bring up the center fielder, Tyler Campbell. Pioneers did a good job staying around the strike zone in Tuesday night's ball game after Auburn scored the tying run in the 5th inning. 4 scoreless innings from the relief. There's a swing and a miss. Carlton with the soft stuff to induce Campbell to swing through it. Tyler Campbell, a product of nearby Lemoyne College, staying home with the Salt Cats this summer. He pokes one into shallow left field that's going to duck down in front of Fatovich for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Tyler Campbell. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Tristan Galachian. Righty on righty matchup. Short lead for Campbell off first base with 1 out. First pitch from Carlton, a fastball on the outside corner taken for strike 1. Just underway here in Elmira. A very warm 74 evening. 74 degrees, that is. Winds up to 14 miles an hour. Carlton misses inside with a fastball, and we're even at a ball and a strike. Was a high of 78 today. The humidity starting to creep in the area. Shadows playing a factor, as they usually do with the 6:30 start times in tonight's ball game. Carlton misses inside with a fastball, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Galachian. Campbell, who reached first base, a product of West Hill High School in the central New York region. Native of Syracuse, New York, leads off at first with 1 out. And the slider's taken in the dirt by Galachian. Quickly ahead, 3 balls and a strike. The 3-1 from the righty Carlton is hit in the air to deep center field. Esley going back on his horse, and it's going to be over his head and all the way to the warning track. Campbell on his horse, races around second. He's going to third. Campbell's cutoff throw to Jackson. Here's the throw, and now bluffing and stopping at third base is Campbell. So a long 1-out double off the bat of Galachian. And just like that, the Salt Cats have runners on second and third with 1 out. So 2 hits in the inning following the opening out. A root greeting for Sawyer Carlton. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter in tonight's ballgame, and the right-handed hitter, Andrew Hepner. Hepner, an NE10 all-rookie team player at Pace University. A native of Floral Park, New York on Long Island, batting .287 on the season. Digs in from the right side, and he pops one up into deep left field. Settling under it is Favada. He makes the catch, tagging and coming to the plate is Campbell. The throw from Favada is up the line just a tad. Scoring the opening run of the ball game is Campbell on a sac fly off the bat of Hepner, and it's 1-0 Syracuse. Staying put at second base is Galachian, so a 1-0 lead for the visitors here with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Again, just want to remind you a bit of an unconventional lineup, a doubleheader in today's ball game, or rather a doubleheader for the Pioneers tomorrow, hence a 7-inning game tonight. Here's a fly ball into center field. Esley calls off the right fielder in Carranza and makes the play to conclude the top of the first. But in the inning for Syracuse, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they strand a runner on base. So we played half an inning at Dunfield. The Salt Cats are ahead 1-0 here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunfield as we go to the bottom of the first inning. And we turn it over to the Pioneers batting lineup tonight. Manny Esley, the center fielder, will lead off. Kosei Ogura, the third baseman, will bat second. Shane Starr, the designated hitter, bats third. Middle third in the Elmira order, Vinny Favada in left field. Michael Palmer at first. Brandon Hammer is the shortstop. Tanner Carranza batting seventh and playing right field. Henry Jackson batting eighth and playing second. Anthony Manganello batting ninth and doing the catching. Andrew Roxby is the extra hitter in tonight's ball game, and he rounds out the Elmira order, batting 10th. Here's Manny Esley, who takes a called strike one. Manny coming off of 17 games at the Community College of Baltimore County in 2025 as he swings and misses through the heater of Matt Gagne. Gagne, a local product of Lansing High School in Section 4. Misses high with a fastball to Esley, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Manny, originally from IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, played a season of baseball for the University of Pittsburgh Panthers. First-year Elmira Pioneer. 1-2 with nobody out, and a wave. Did Esley go around? Field umpire says yes, he did, as Manny's gone for the first out of the bottom of the inning. Syracuse plated a run in the top of the first inning. Campbell with a single, and then a double off the bat of Tristan Galachian, followed by a sac fly off the bat of Andrew Hepner. That's where we stand right now. 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. And Syracuse's half of the first stanza. Missing inside with a fastball is Gagne to Ogura. Righty on lefty matchup. Gagne kicks and fires, and he misses high and away with a fastball. 2-0. With 1 out. Breaking ball just misses the top of the zone. So Kosei Ogura confidently in the driver's seat. 3 balls and no strikes, the count. With 1 out in the bottom of the first, Syracuse with a 1-run advantage. 3-0, Ogura spanks it the other way into left field for a base hit. Through the vacated hole between the reach of both Orlovitz and Brozan. So a 1-out single for the Pioneers off the bat of the center fielder Ogura. So that'll bring up Shane Starr for the Pioneers with 1 out. The Moortown, Vermont native and left-handed hitter will dig in against Matt Gagne. Starr appeared against the Auburn Double Days on Saturday night. 3 strikeouts and 0 for 4 night for Shane. He'll look to improve from that showing tonight as he takes a breaking ball at the letters for a called strike. Pioneers in their home red uniforms, white lettering across their chests. Syracuse in their away dark blue uniforms, bright tangerine red lettering, Salt Cats across their chests with red stripes. And the gray Syracuse logo in between the cats and the lettering. 1 ball and 1 strike as Ogura takes off. Fastball away, throw down to second base in plenty of time, and Ogura was retired for the second out. A great throw right to the second base side of the bag. Brozan applying the tag. Jackson Grant with a hose to nab Ogura. So Kosei's cut down and the bases are empty, and a 2-1 count to Starr with 2 outs. Two-one. Fastball misses high and away from Gagne. Ogura's single, he swung away on a 3-0 count, lined it into left field. 3-1 with 2 outs, and the fastball misses down and into Starr. Shane's aboard with 2 out. And that'll bring up Vinny Favada. Favada digging in from the right side of the plate, Syosset, New York native, and commit to Mount St. Mary's University. A tall, lanky 6'1", 160-pound right-handed frame. He's gotten to split some time in left field this year so far between him and Dylan Fatovich. Doubleheaders like these, a good feel for head coach Andy Drum to see what he has with his roster. Starr, medium-sized leadoff at first base with 2 outs, and Gagne misses inside with a fastball to Favada, 2-0. Just underway in Elmira, scrimmage between the defending NYCBL champion Salt Cats and your defending PGCBL Western Division champion Elmira Pioneers as the matchup, the premier matchup everyone was looking forward to this year in the Batavia Muck Dogs. They come to town for a doubleheader tomorrow. Pioneers most certainly looking for revenge after what was a sloppy showing just 12 days ago, a 13-1 thumping at the hands of Batavia. Out at the home of the Muck Dogs, missing inside with a fastball's Gagne. So Favada quickly ahead, 3 balls and 1 strike, righty on righty matchup. Star, a 6-foot lead, dances off at first base. Outfield at medium depth. Gagne kicks and fires, a swing and a miss from Favada. A back pick to first base, and just getting in time was Star. So Jackson Grant doing a great job behind the plate for the Salt Cats so far in tonight's ballgame. Already throws out Kosei Ogura at second base and almost nabs Shane Star to end the inning there. Pioneers have to be careful not to be napping on the bases. Star takes off, 3-2 with 2 outs. Favada, a check swing. Did he go around? Field umpire says yes, he did. And Vinny's down for the final out at the bottom of the first. In the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner stranded on base. We've played the first in Elmira, 1-0 Syracuse, here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunfield as we go to the top of the second inning. Syracuse plating a run in the top of the first. They send 5 hitters to the plate. Here in the visitors' half of the second, it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 in the Syracuse order to come to bat. Jackson Grant, the catcher, followed by Mike Mayall, the left fielder, and Ryan Manning, the right fielder. As the first contestant, Grant watches a fastball away, 1-0. Carlton kicks and fires from the right side of the rubber inside at the feet, almost clipping the shoelaces of Grant. 2 balls and no strikes. Pioneers with a hit in the inning, left a runner on base. As fastball is taken for a called strike, 2-1, the count to Jackson Grant. 2 strikeouts so far for Matt Gagne. In the bottom of the first, got Manny Esley on a check swing. Also got Vinny Favada, the left fielder, to conclude the first. This one chopped back up the middle into center field for a base hit, past the outstretched reach of Henry Jackson. So Grant leads off the inning with a single, and that'll bring up the left fielder Mike Mayall to the plate. Already the 3rd hit in the ballgame through an inning plus for Syracuse against Sawyer Carlton, again a local product of Elmira, New York. Making his Pioneers season debut today. Also making his season debut for the Pioneers, although this game does not count in terms of statistics towards the perfect game collegiate league season. Again, an out-of-conference matchup as ground ball to the second base side of shortstop. Flip one on to first, picked out of the dirt nicely at first base for the double play by Palmer. So the Pioneers get what the doctor ordered. Hammer to Jackson, right to Palmer, 6-4-3. A twin killing. And there's 2 outs with the bases empty in the top of the second. Rather, what I was saying is Anthony Manganello making his season debut for the Pioneers this evening. He's doing the catching, so already in 7 ball games that the Pioneers have begun this season, they've rotated 4 different catchers into the mix. We'll continue to see if that's the culprit this season. Brandon Dalbeck, Carl Wagner, And most importantly, TJ Gramesti. Here's a ground ball to the forehand side of third base. Kosei Ogura, fire across the diamond, picked out in the dirt once again by Palmer to conclude the top of the second inning. So Carlton faces the minimum. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no runners stranded on base. We played an inning and a half. Syracuse 1 and Elmira nothing. Here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunfield as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Pioneers and Syracuse Salt Cats. For the Pioneers, it'll be the 5, 6, and 7 in their order. Michael Palmer, Brendan Hammer, and Tanner Carranza to come to the plate against Mike Gagne in his second inning of work. Salt Cats right-hander kicks and fires, and the fastball is fouled off by Palmer to the left of the catching position, 0-1. Pioneers did not score in the bottom of the first. Got a single off the bat of Kosei Ogura. He got thrown out at second base on a beautiful throw from the Salt Cats catcher Jackson Grant. Shane Starr with a walk, but Pioneers couldn't do anything with the runner on as Vincent Favada struck out to end the bottom half of the first. Fastball misses high and away, and ball and a strike to count to the left-handed hitting Palmer. One of 10 local players for the Pios this summer, grounds one to second base. Easy hop for Snyder, throws to first in time for the first out of the second. So Palmer's retired on the 4-3 putout, and with one out and the base is empty, that'll bring up Brendan Hammer. For Hammer, he's one of 2 Northwood University players to go along with Pioneers' Joe Craig. Batted .275 on the season across 120 at-bats. 10 of the 33 hits were doubles for Hammer, so he can really put a charge into one and provide the power void that the Pioneers are looking for. 23 RBIs and 27 runs scored in the process while with the Timberwolves. Launches the first pitch for a ball. Shadows starting to creep in between the mound and home plate as Gagne fires from the right side of the rubber and the fastball misses inside, 2-0. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors for the Salt Cats. No runs on 1 hit and no errors for the Pioneers. 2-0 with 1 out. Swing and a miss from Hammer, 2-1. Gagne kicks and fires, and his next offering is sprayed down the right field line foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Following Brendan Hammer, it'll be Tanner Carranza, the right fielder. Carranza has a couple defensive lapses in right to start the season, most notably the 2-error game he committed against the Batavia Mock Dogs. As we alluded to prior in the broadcast, Pioneers will get their chance at redemption with Batavia coming to town for a doubleheader tomorrow. Missing inside with a fastball is Gagne. In his first Pioneers at bat, Brendan Hammer has worked himself a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Gagne comes set, with the bases empty. Right side of the rubber hammer, a fly ball into deep right field. Going back is Manning, who settles under it and makes the catch for the second out. So Carranza comes to the plate with 2 outs. New Mexico junior college product out of El Centro, California. Small town in Imperial County, about 2 hours east of San Diego, an hour west of Yuma. Baseball weather all year round. Carranza, though, talking about his excitement to come play summer baseball here and get out of the 120-degree heat, despite the humidity lingering in the northeast as he takes the ball outside. 2-0, the count. Carranza also talking about still looking for the opportunity to find the school that works for him, a place where he can transfer and really find his home the rest of his collegiate career. Fouls off the next offering from Gagne. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Carranza splitting time with TJ Gramesti so far in right field for the Pioneers. It's a 2-1 offering with the bases empty is high to Carranza, 3-1. Carranza had an RBI single in Sunday afternoon's ball game against the Geneva Red Wings. A game in which the Pios lead 8-3, a suspended game that'll be made up. Carranza takes high for ball 4. So the first Pios base runner of the inning comes with 2 outs. And it'll bring up the second baseman, Henry Jackson. Jackson, one of the most interesting stories, about 8 different high schools across 3.5 years, between the Winchendon Prep School in Massachusetts, Corning Painted Post High School, bounced around even to Horsehead, spent some time in Indian Trail, North Carolina, a multitude of travel teams, originally committed to UConn, and then Xavier, now settling down to play at Cleveland Community College for the Yetis in Shelby, North Carolina. Takes the breaking ball for a called strike. Henry's gotten limited playing time so far. Again, one of only 2 high school players on this Pioneer squad. Gagne working out of the stretch position. Kicks and fires high with a breaking ball. Throw back to first, and Carranza's nabbed. And that's what the Pioneers have to look out for. They've been caught on the bases all evening, and Jackson Grant with a beautiful snap throw behind the runner Carranza back to first to conclude the bottom of the second. No runs and no hits, no errors. And because of the snap throw, a runner stranded on base. We played 2 innings. Salt Cats ahead 1-0 here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunfield as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. A rough bottom of the 2nd for the Pioneers. Never want to get thrown out on the bases to end the inning. And after working a 5-pitch walk, Tanner Carranza did just that. Got picked off on a snap throw back to first. A beautiful back pick throw from Jackson Grant, the Salt Cats catcher. And that's where things stand now in the top of the third. 9-1-2, rather 9-10-1 in the Syracuse order to come to the plate against the right-hander Sawyer Carlton in his third inning of work. Carlton fires a called strike one to Ethan Snyder, the shortstop. Following Snyder, the third baseman Lucas Orlovitz. And back to the top of the batting order in Isaac Brozan. Rather, Snyder getting the start at second base tonight. Watches the 0-2 pitch stray outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody out. Here in the top of the third, Syracuse leading the exhibition matchup 1-0. As Carlton fires and the breaking ball's fouled off again, so we stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Carlton comes set, working out of the windup, tall right-handed frame, kicks and fires, and the fastball misses in the lefty batter's box, 2-2. Two with nobody out. Base is empty. Carlton kicks and fires, chopped right back to the mound. Carlton has it. Throws to first in time for the first out at the top of the third. So here comes Lucas Orlovitz, part of 2 Liberty League championship teams with the Ithaca College Bombers, one in 2023 in his freshman season, followed it up in 2024. 3 years on Ithaca South Hill, digs in from the right side, takes a ball low, 1-0. Orlovitz also spending time with the New York Collegiate Baseball League's Cortland Crush in the summer of 2023. Familiarly acquainted with the New York Collegiate Baseball League, also part of the broadcast team for the Syracuse Salt Cats. Very unique that you see a broadcast/player, but in tonight's exhibition, Orlovitz getting some reps as a 2-0 pitch, and he grounds it just wide past first base, past the outstretched dive of Palmer into right field for a base hit. So a 1-out hit for the righty hitting Orlovitz. He's aboard. And it's back to the top of the batting order in the shortstop, Isaac Brozan. Fourth hit for Syracuse in 2 1/3 innings against Carlton. Only 1 earned run to his name so far. Syracuse scored it in the top of the first, their lone run coming off of a sac fly off the bat of the cleanup hitter, Andrew Hepner. Righty-on-righty matchup with 1 on and 1 out. Orlovitz a medium-sized lead off of first base. Carlton from the stretch kicks and fires inside. Missed at the knees of Brozan for ball 1. Carlton comes set. And a ground ball. Hammer feeds Jackson 1. On to first, a high throw, and it evades the first base bag from Michael Palmer. Skirts into the Pioneers' dugout. First error committed by Elmira in the ball game. Orlovitz is wiped clean at second base. So it'll be a fielder's choice and an E4 on Henry Jackson, which allows Brozan to move into scoring position. So the Pioneers not out of the woods yet. Could have had the inning-ending double play. Jackson air milling it high into the Elmira dugout. So that'll bring up the 2-hitter, Tyler Campbell, center fielder out of Lemoyne College. Bats with 2 outs. Righty-on-righty matchup with Syracuse ahead 1-0 in the top of the third. Fastball catches the inner edge for a called strike 1. A 1 with 2 outs, and the slider inside corner called strike 2. Carlton doing a good job mixing up his looks and command tonight. As Brozan patiently skirts off of the second base bag. 15-foot lead, doesn't matter. Swing and a miss, outside corner fastball. Campbell chases right through it. And that's the first strikeout of the ball game for Carlton and the Pioneers. No runs on a hit and error, and a runner stranded on base. We played 2.5 in Elmira, 1-0 Syracuse here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunfield as we get you set for the bottom half of the third inning. The bottom three rounding out the Pioneers' batting order tonight in successive order. To lead it off in the third inning of work for Mike Gagne, it'll be Henry Jackson, followed by Anthony Manganello and Andrew Roxby. Jackson, the right-handed hitter, comes to the plate, and the first offering from the right-hander Gagne is a fastball outside taken by Jackson for ball one. Pioneers, no runs on a hit. They've committed an error in the ball game. Syracuse 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. Jackson takes for a called strike. Henry positionally situating himself in the batter's box, steps out, now steps back in, gets a hold of his batting helmet. Relatively low stance to the ground. Gagne kicks and fires from the right side of the rubber. Breaking ball misses in the dirt as Jackson had the knee swerving, ready to go, didn't bite on it. 2 balls and a strike. Next offering from Gagne, Jackson pops it up into right field. On his horse, ranging over in the gap, is Manning. He puts it away for the first out. So Jackson's retired on the F9, and that'll bring up the catcher Anthony Manganello with the bases empty. Manganello's first at-bat with the Pioneers. His first official at-bat will happen if he bats tomorrow. Again, only an exhibition game tonight. Does not count towards the New York Collegiate Baseball League standings for Syracuse, nor does it the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League West Division standings for the Elmira Pioneers. Jackson launches an inside fastball. It's 1-0 with 1 out. Righty on lefty matchup. Gagne kicks and fires. Fastball at the letters. Manganello takes for a called strike. Once again, Manganello a .275 hitter, 33 hits on the season, including 23 RBIs, 27 hits, 10 extra base hits. Pops one up wide of third base. Orlovitz on its horse, ranges back, almost had it, but it's unable to as it finds green grass in foul territory. So a long fly ball, or pop-up, shall I say, wide of the third base bag, down the left field line. You have Mike Mayoff playing over almost towards left center and deep in left field. It was about an 100-plus foot run for him. The only hope for the Salt Cats was Orlovitz, who ranged back pretty nicely but was not able to get enough of a beat on it to put it away. So a new life for Manganello. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and the base is empty. Rather, 1 out. Elmira trailing by 1. Gagne comes set, working out of the stretch position. Kicks and fires from the line, 2-2. Gagne's next offering, a called strike 3. Manganello could not believe it. From the vantage point up here, it looked to be a bit outside, but nonetheless, he's punched out for the second out of the bottom of the third. First backwards K of the ball game for the Pioneers. Third strikeout so far for Matt Gagne, excuse me. So with 2 outs, Matt Gagne will deal with the extra hitter, Andrew Roxby. Righty on righty matchup. Gagne kicks and fires. Fastball called strike. Hardy 4-seamer down the middle to Roxby. 0-1. Roxby part of a Misericordia University National Championship winning baseball program as he watches a fastball high, 1-1. A catcher and extra hitter out of Dallas, Pennsylvania, launches a fastball inside. 2 balls and a strike the count. With 2 outs, bases empty. Pios trail by 1. Matt Gagne fires in a line drive, base hit into right field. So the unofficial first at-bat for Anthony Manganello was a strikeout, but then Andrew Roxby follows it up with a single into right. So he's aboard with 2 outs. Second hit of the ball game for the Pios. So Manny Esley comes to the plate. Manuel with a strikeout in the bottom of the first. Pioneers dugout chanting about something down there. Not entirely sure what it was. Seem to be having a little bit of fun on this scrimmage evening. Pios in good spirits. Had an off day yesterday. A 7-5 win over Auburn, getting their revenge from the Doubledays' 10-5 victory against Elmira at Falcon Park on Saturday. Next time Pioneers see Auburn is this coming Wednesday night, again from Dunfield, as Auburn will make the trip down. Before then, 5 ball games in the process, including a doubleheader tomorrow. Check swing by Esley, who struck out on a check swing to end the bottom of the first. Swings through that one. It's 0-2. 0-2 the count with 2 outs. Light lead off of first base for Roxby. The fastball is inside, taken at the letters by Esley. 2-2. Only a 7-inning ball game, so almost 3 innings through. Matt Gagne on a roll so far for Syracuse. He's kept the pitch count low, only allowed 2 Elmira hits. Stranded 2 base runners in each respective inning so far. He'll look to strand an Elmira base runner for a 3rd consecutive inning here. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count with 2 outs. The righty fires, and Esley a foul ball against the right side of the netting, out of play, and it'll remain 2-2. Two with 2 outs. Gagne fires. Fastball misses high and away, so a full count. Esley did a good job of working the at-bats the last time out against Auburn on Saturday. In the 10-5 loss, Esley worked 2 7-pitch at-bats. Payoff pitch with 2 outs. So Esley's aboard with 2 out. So with 2 outs, Ogura will come up. Ogura had a single in the bottom of the first, got cut down at second. Righty on lefty matchup with Gagne, who fires, and Ogura dribbles one on the ground just inside the bag at first base. Hepner with a flip to Gagne covering, and that'll end the bottom of the 3rd. For the Pioneers, no runs on a hit, no errors. They strand 2 on base. We'll take it to the 4th. 1-0 Syracuse on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. We head to the top of the 4th inning in this interleague matchup, cross-conference, New York Collegiate Baseball League Syracuse, Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League's Elmira, as the Salt Cats hold a 1-0 lead over the Pioneers. Thank you for joining us on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Farrell Hudson getting you set for the 4th inning of action, as the first offering is a breaking ball away from Sawyer Carlton to the right-handed hitting Tristan Galachian, who had a double in the top of the 1st inning. One of 2 hits in the first for Syracuse, and now he's 2 for 2 in the ball game as he sprays one into shallow left field for a base hit, dunks in front of Favada. So a leadoff single to begin the 4th for Galachian. At least 1 hit in every inning so far for the Salt Cats. as Andrew Hepner, the first baseman, will come to the plate. Hepner distributed a sac fly for the game's lone run in the top of the first. He'll bat from the right side with nobody out. 5 hits through 3+ innings against Carleton. Works out of the stretch position, fires a slider for a called strike. 0-1 the count with nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. This one line deep down the left field line. It's going to go foul. And thank goodness for the Pioneers' sake, out of the ballpark. Had Hepner waited just a second later, the Pioneers could have been in trouble. Instead, it's a long fly ball foul. So 0-2 the count with nobody out. Carleton kicks and fires. This one punched into right center field. Ranging over on his horse is Carranza. Now gets behind him. So a bad read by Tanner. Taking the turn and heading towards the third. And getting in there is Galachian. So it's going to go down as a hit and a double for Hepner. So very similar to the top of the first inning where Campbell had a single, Galachian with a double. Now it's Galachian with a single, Hepner with the double. So the 2 through 4 in Syracuse's order doing very strong work so far in tonight's ball game. 6th hit already for Syracuse, and they're set up with runners on second and third with nobody out in the 4th. That'll bring up the right-handed hitting extra hitter Matt Stokes to the plate. Stokes with a fly ball to center in his first plate appearance. That's a nice block at home from Anthony Manganello. He easily saved a run there with Gachalian about 10 feet down the third base line. Excuse me, want to apologize for the mispronunciation. Tristan Gachalian, as breaking ball catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. 1-1 the count with nobody out. Right-handed hitter Stokes up with a chance to drive in 2 for Syracuse. Carleton delivers. This one poked on the ground foul, wide of third. Ogura gives it a look, out of play. Manny Esley and Kosei Ogura swapping positions tonight. You have Esley in center field. He's more usually at third base. And vice versa goes for Kosei Ogura. Typically we'll see more of Kosei in the outfield than at the hot corner. In the dirt, taken for ball 2 by Stokes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes the count with nobody out. Gachalian is the lead runner off a third for the Salt Cats. Hepner, the runner off a second, who deposited a double deep in the right center field gap over the head of Tanner Carranza. Fastball misses down and in at the knees to Stokes. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out. Carleton running into his first lick of trouble in the ball game. Sawyer comes set right side of the rubber. Working out of the stretch position, kicks and fires. Tapped on the ground to Jackson at second. This will get a run home. Scoring is Gachalian on an RBI 4-3 putout. Hepner advances to third, and with 1 out in the 4th, it's 2-0 Syracuse. So here's Jackson Grant, who had a single to lead off the top of the second. He bats from the left side of the plate, and at first base is Palmer with 1 out. Missing inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Ogura about 5 steps behind the third base bag. Middle infield will let the run score. Outfield's at medium depth. 1-0 misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. The count to the left-handed hitting Grant with 1 out. A run home in the inning for Syracuse, who lead it 2-0 here in this interleague matchup between the Salt Cats and Pios. 2-0 breaking ball catches the outside corner at the letters. Called strike to Grant. It's 2-1. Breaking ball. Fly ball into deep center field. Esley's going back. This is going to get a run home. He settles under it, makes the catch. Tagging and coming to the plate is Hepner. He'll score easily, so it's a sac fly off the bat of Jackson Grant, and Syracuse leads it now 3-0. So the Salt Cats making good of the Ducks on the pond in the inning so far. 2 outs, but now they've expanded it to a 3-run lead. First pitch from Carleton to the right-handed hitter Mike Mayaw is a fastball outside. Mayaw takes for ball 1. Bases are empty with 2 outs. 2 hits in the inning, 2 more runs home for the Salt Cats, who have given nice support to their starter, Matt Gagne, who's been really solid so far. He stranded 4 Pioneers on base, only 2 hits to his name, no earned runs so far. This one sprayed right at first base on a line and putting it away. To his backhand side is Michael Palmer to conclude the top of the 4th. In the inning, 2 runs and 2 hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. We've played 3.5 in Elmira. The score 3-0 Salt Cats on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Three to nothing, the Salt Cats lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning in an interleague matchup between Syracuse and Elmira. The new pitcher on the mound is the southpaw Jonathan Missouri for Syracuse, the freshman out of Milltown, New Jersey, attending East Stroudsburg University. No time yet spent on the Warriors roster. Pitched to a 1.17 ERA in his junior year of high school at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, leading his team to a state championship. He'll come in here in the bottom of the 4th. Pioneers are done on the night facing Matt Gagne, who went 3 innings of work, 2 hits, no runs, no earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. The 3, 4, and 5 in the Elmira order coming to the plate in the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Starr followed by Favana and Palmer. Shane Starr, the designated hitter in tonight's ballgame. Lefty-on-lefty matchup with Missouri, who kicks and fires. Missouri's first offering misses away with a fastball, 1-0 to Starr. 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Salt Cats. No runs on 2 hits and an error for your Pioneers. Missouri fires, check swing by Starr. Moot point. Home plate umpire calls strike 1. One with nobody out. Starr fouls it. Third base side out of play, 1-2. Next offering is slider inside taken by Starr, 2-2. Beautiful pitch nonetheless from Missouri. Had a lot of bite on it inside. Starr not going around. 2-2 with nobody out. And chopped on the ground to third base. Orlovitz tries to handle the short hop. He came in to pick it on the short hop, was unable to. So we'll wait to see what our official scorer, Mike Mandel, rules that. But as of now, Starr is on first base with nobody out. And Vincent Favada comes to the plate from the right side. It'll go down as a hit for the Pios, as it was a tough short hop to handle for Orlovitz. So Starr reaches for the second time tonight's ball game. And that brings up Favada with a runner on first and nobody out. First offering from Missouri to Favada is a fastball away, 1-0. Syracuse leads by 3 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They plate 2 runs on 2 hits in the top half against Sawyer Carlton, getting a spot start for Elmira this evening. Slider outside corner, 1-1 to Favada. Medium-sized lead for Starr off of first base with nobody out. And Missouri misses way outside with the breaking ball, 2-1. It'll be a 2-1 to the right-handed hitting Favada with nobody out. Missouri deals, and the fastball high and away, 3-1. Inside with the fastball. Favada draws a walk. First walk of the ball game issued by Missouri. Third by the Salt Cats pitching staff through 3+ innings of work. And the Pios have the tying run coming to the plate, and the first baseman, Michael Palmer. Palmer digs in from the left side. Elmira, New York native. With Starr off at second, Favada off at first. Nobody out. Bottom of the fourth inning. Pios trail by 3. Lefty Missouri comes set and fires in the dirt. Taken off for third is Starr. The throw down. Orlovitz applies the tag, not in time. Starr gets in ahead of the throw. So on the pass ball, or not the pass ball, but the ball in the dirt. A nice block by Grant, who got up firing, but nonetheless he's unable to nab the hustling Starr. And just like that, the Pios have runners on the corners with nobody out. Favada extending to about a 10 to 12 foot lead off the first base bag. Missouri kicks and fires, lefty on lefty matchup. Slider misses high and in tight to Palmer, 2-0. That got Mike to duck his head out of the way. Good slider movement from Missouri so far. He hasn't been afraid to attempt to establish it early and counts to get ahead, but has not found as much luck as he imagined doing so. Misses high with a fastball, 3-0 the count with nobody out to the Pios first baseman. Palmer 0 for 1 of the ball game. Chopped one on the ground to Ethan Snyder at second. Favada takes off and the fastball hits Palmer. Got him in the wallet, so Mike will be down to first base with nobody out. So the Pios are set up. Starr will be on third. Favada on second. Palmer on first. And now Jackson Grant going out to the mound to have a conversation with his lefty reliever, Missouri. It'll be Brendan Hammer, the shortstop, to come to the plate. It'll be Hammer's unofficial second at-bat with the Pioneers. Or rather, his official second at-bat. Pioneers playing an interleague matchup tonight with Syracuse. They'll be back to league play tomorrow. More importantly, divisional play as they welcome in Batavia for a 4 p.m. first pitch. Pre-game beginning around 3:45 on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. We hope you can join us on a Friday afternoon. Game 1 will happen at 4 o'clock with Game 2 following shortly after the conclusion of Game 1. 2 7-inning games. The first doubleheader of the season at Dunfield. So it'll be Brendan Hammer from the right side of the plate against the lefty Missouri. Corners are in. Middle infield will play back for the double play, even at the sacrifice of the run scoring. Missouri kicks and fires from the left side of the rubber, and the breaking ball misses high and away, and it's a pass ball. Here comes Starr to the plate. He'll score the Pios' first run of the ball game. So Elmira's on the board with nobody out. Now they have 2 in scoring position. Favada will lead off third, Palmer off a second, and the control becoming an issue in the bottom of the fourth for Missouri. After the single from Shane Starr, Vinny Favada, a walk. Michael Palmer gets plunked. 3-1 game. Missouri misses outside with a breaking ball again. 2-0 the count to Hammer. Missouri deals. Fastball outside corner, taken for a strike, 2-1. Fastball misses away to Hammer. 3 balls and 1 strike. With nobody out, Pios applying pressure. A single to lead off the inning from Starr. Then a walk from Favada. And Palmer gets plunked. Starr advanced to third on a ball in the dirt that skipped away from the catcher Grant. And now the 3-1 misses high and away. Second walk of the inning issued by Jonathan Missouri. Brendan Hammer is aboard. And the bases are reloaded for the Pioneers with 1 out for Tanner Carranza, who walked in the bottom of the second inning. Lefty on righty matchup. Outfield at medium depth. A single should plate 2 and tie the game for the Pioneers. With nobody out, The breaking ball misses low at the feet of Carranza, 1-0. Syracuse will have an off day tomorrow and then travel to play the Watertown Rapids on Saturday night. 1-0 fastball on the outside corner, taken by Carranza for a called strike one. One with nobody out. Fastball misses in the lefty batter's box. Tanner takes 2 balls and a strike. It'll be a 2-1 with nobody out. Carranza fouls off the slider. That was letter high, middle of the plate. And it fooled the Pioneers right-hander. So Missouri has worked it back to a 2-2 count. Still looking to get the ever-so-elusive first down of the inning. Salt Cats still ahead by 2 runs. Missouri rocks and fires. Breaking ball misses away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. No place to put Carranza. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. Pios trail by 2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First interleague matchup of the season for the Pioneers. Only 1 of 2 out-of-conference games. Breaking ball misses inside. That might have been a fastball. Had a lot more on that than I anticipated. So a run scores for the Pioneers, and it's now a 3-2 ball game. Already the 3rd walk of the inning. That's issued by Missouri. So 3-2. Pioneers trailing by a run. It's the right-handed hitter Henry Jackson who flew out to right field in his first plate appearance of the ball game against Matt Gagne. With nobody out, breaking ball misses in the dirt, just squirts away from the catcher Grant. Not enough to allow Palmer to come to the plate. 1-0. Grant having some catcher equipment momentary issues. Home plate umpire calls time. Jackson steps out for a swing. Salt Cats third baseman Orlovitz is even with the bag at third. In at the corner at first is Andrew Hepner. Middle infield is at double play depth. They'd allow the game-tying run to score if it meant 2 outs. Outfield remains at their usual medium depth. Let's go Pios chant beginning from the Dunfield crowd. Good atmosphere here for Stitch's birthday. Always a fun time at the Dun, and then tomorrow night, the second of 4 fireworks nights on the season for the Pios. The 1-0 to Jackson, with nobody out and the bases loaded. Fastball inside corner, Henry takes for a called strike 1. Good spot from Missouri. At the knees on the inner half. And a ball and a strike to the Pios second baseman. Missouri kicks and fires. Fastball inside corner. Henry takes for another called strike. Henry asking likely whether that was low or inside. Brief conversation. Steps back in. Awaits the 1-2 from Missouri. Outside corner. Called strike 3. Jackson retired via the backwards K. The first strikeout victim of Jonathan Missouri's, and with 1 out. Pios trail by 1. Bases remain loaded. That'll bring up the catcher, Anthony Manganello. First pitch to Manganello is a fastball on the inside corner. Anthony takes for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count with 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Pioneers trail by a run. And the fastball fouled off by Manganello. 0-2. Palmer's on third. Hammer is on second. Carranza is on first. Missouri coming set from the left side of the rubber. Rocks and fires. Check swing in the dirt. Skips away from Grant. Home plate umpire calling time. Likely was a foul ball. And it was, so the count will remain 0-2 with 1 out. Missouri comes set, fires, line drive, back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Favada scores, or rather Palmer scores, coming to the plate is Hammer. He'll score. It's a go-ahead 2 RBI single for Manganello, and the Pios have their first lead of the ball game. It's now 4-3 Elmira. So it is Manganello makes it now 4-3. Still with one out in the bottom of the fourth. All 4 runs coming off the reliever, Jonathan Missoura. Elmira hoping that they're not done yet either in the inning. 4-3 they now lead. As Missoura kicks and fires and the fastball misses away. Quickly behind in the count. 2 balls and no strikes to Roxby. Rounding out the Pioneers batting order tonight with Manny Esley patiently awaiting on deck. Esley reaching base in one of 2 plate appearances in tonight's ball game. 2-0 slider in there for a called strike. 2-1 the count with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Pioneers with a 1-run advantage. Missoura fires in a chopper wide of the mound, going to second base. Snyder fields, throws to first. It's his only play. Both runners advance. 2 outs in the inning on the 4-3 putout. Carranza is up to third, and Manganello's up to second. And back to the top of the batting order, and Manny Esley. With 2 outs, Missouri comes set, fires, fastball inside at the hip, 1-0. Missouri kicks and fires. Fastball misses inside to Esley. Two balls and no strikes with 2 outs. Pioneers with a 4 spot in the home half of the fourth. Missing outside is Missouri, 3-0. That's been his issue this inning. He's walked 3 batters rather. All 4 runs earned so far in the inning. 2 hits for the Pioneers. And now the 4th walk of the inning issued by Missouri. Bullpen continues to remain hot for Syracuse. And that'll do it on the day for Jonathan Missouri. Rough outing for him. Gives up minimally 4 earned to his name across 2/3 of an inning. 2 runs on 4 walks. He strikes out 1. We'll take a short timeout and come back with the Pioneers ahead 4-3 over the Salt Cats in this interleague affair from Dunn Field here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Elmira, bottom of the 4th inning, as your Pioneers have a 4-3 lead over the Salt Cats in this interleague matchup. From Dunfield, Kosei Ogoro to come to the plate. Here with 2 outs. First offering is a fastball outside corner taken for a called strike 1. A 1, missing away with a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. So Missouri lasted only 2/3 of an inning. 2 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks and a strikeout as we stand, but all 3 base runners right now, his responsibility. So we have a new pitcher in the ball game. Apologies for the discrepancy. Syracuse's roster right now does not list a number, but number 86 on the mound for the Salt Cats. He misses away, 3 balls and a strike to Ogura with 2 outs. This one fouled off. Pioneers have batted around in the 4th inning. Ogura, the 10th hitter to come to the plate for Elmira in the home half of the 4th. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nowhere to put the lefty hitting center fielder for the Pios, but he swings and misses through the fastball. That'll do it to end the bottom of the 4th. In the inning for Elmira, 4 runs on 2 hits. No errors, and they strand 3 on base. We've played 4 at the done, and the Pios ahead by a run on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Elmira as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Sawyer Carlton in for his 5th full inning of work, delivers a fastball on the outside corner, taken for a called strike. It's the right-handed hitting Ryan Manning to come to the plate. Chops one on the ground, third base side foul out of play. So 0-2 the count. Pios with a 4-run, 2-hit bottom of the 4th inning that was riddled with a lot of self-inflicted wounds for the Salt Cats. Jonathan Missouri coming in. Lefty's relief appearance did not fare entirely too well. Walked 4 batters in 2/3 of an inning, which helped set Elmira up, and the big blows came off the bat, specifically of Anthony Manganello, the catcher, who deposited a 2-run single. So that's where the Pios stand, a 1-run lead here in this abbreviated 7-inning interleague matchup. 1-2 misses in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. With nobody out, top of the 5th inning. To the right fielder Manning from the right side of the plate. Kicking and firing from the windup is Carlton. Breaking ball misses outside, 3-2. It'll be a payoff pitch coming. With nobody out, the base is empty. In the dirt, taken for ball 4 by Manning. So the tying runs aboard here in the top of the 5th with nobody out. Now a brief conversation to happen at the mound. Coming out is Manganello. Talk things over with the starter, Carlton. So nobody out. And the runner off first base. Now he takes off. Pitch inside, called strike. Throw down to second, not in time. A stolen base for Manning. So Snyder, the right-handed hitter, takes. He chopped back to Carlton. His first plate appearance to lead off the third. But the tying run now 180 feet away in Manning. Oh, 1 with nobody out. And the breaking ball popped up. Behind shortstop, retreating back is Hammer, who settles under it in short center field, and he'll put it away for the first out of the inning. Here comes the right-handed hitting Lucas Orlovitz, third baseman to dig in from the right side of the plate. Righty-on-righty matchup with 1 out. Orlovitz representing the go-ahead run, the tying run in Manning off of second base from the stolen back. About a 20-foot lead for Manning. And the fastball inside at the knees to Orlovitz, 1-0. Now Carlton will fire to Jackson at second base. Brief check on Ryan Manning. 1-0 on the way. Manning takes off for third. Pitch high. Throw down to third wide of the bag, and now Manning's going to come in and score the tying run of the ball game. So the second error of the game committed by the Pios allows Manning to come around. It's an E2. On the catcher, Manganello, and Syracuse has knotted it up at 4. 2-0 coming with 1 out. With the bases empty to Orlovitz, and he pokes one on the ground. Backhanded in the shortstop hole by Hammer. The long throw across the diamond is a good one to retire Orlovitz for the second out. So the walk comes back to haunt the Pios in the inning, at least in terms of tying the ball game up. Orlovitz grounds out to shortstop and back to the top of the batting order in the righty hitting shortstop, Isaac Brozan. First pitch misses to Brozan. It's 1-0. Next offering is a pop-up. Behind the first base bag, Palmer goes back, settles under it, the call and the catch, and the side is retired. In the inning, 1 run, a no hits, an error, and a runner not stranded on base. We played 4.5 in Elmira. The score, Salt Cats 4, Pioneers 4, here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Pioneers and Salt Cats tied 4-all. Shane Starr comes to the plate. The 3 through 5 due up in the Elmira order in the inning. Starr followed by Favada and Palmer. Starr, the designated hitter in tonight's ball game for the Pios, has reached base twice. A walk and a single came around to score the first run of the ball game for the Pioneers in the bottom of the 4th. Pios putting up a 4 spot, which ultimately gave Elmira the lead. Syracuse clawing back in the top of the 5th to knot the ball game even at 4. As the next offering to Starr is fouled off, a ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch, a fastball in the dirt. 2-1 to Starr. Once again, apologies for the discrepancy in player numbers during this scrimmage during this interleague matchup between the Pioneers and the Salt Cats. Referring to it too often as a scrimmage this evening. More than a scrimmage, an interleague matchup that is important for the fiber of both teams, just not counting towards the respective NYCBL or PGCBL standings, but important interleague matchup between two squads looking to get back in contention by the end of this season. 3-1 misses away. That's ball 4 to Starr. Shane's second walk of the ball game. He's aboard to open up the bottom of the 5th. First offering is inside for a ball to Favada. Favada, high fly ball to right field. Settling under it is Manning. Few steps to his right, puts it away for the first out. So 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up the lefty hitting first baseman Michael Palmer to the plate. Palmer, a ground ball to second, and got plunked in the wallet in the bottom of the 4th. Lefty on lefty matchup. First offering to Palmer is a breaking ball in the dirt. Low and away, 1-0. 4 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Salt Cats. 4 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors for your Pioneers. Palmer awaits, and the fastball gets away in the dirt. Starr making a turnaround second base, thinking about going to third, and now he stops, stumbles. The throw all the way back to second base, not in time, hops in the dirt in front of the shortstop, Brozan. A wide turn from Starr, who thought about going to third base. And the throw back to second from Grant almost nabbed him. What a chaotic sequence there. Nonetheless, Pios have a runner in scoring position. A 2-0 count to Michael Palmer with 1 out. Should the Pioneers regain the lead here in the bottom of the 5th, only 6 more outs to get in tonight's ball game. 2-0 misses outside, 3 balls and no strikes. (3-0) is a fastball taken for a called strike. Right down the plate, Michael watches it, 3-1. Lefty on lefty matchup. The 3-1 with 1 out. Misses away to Palmer with a fastball. And Mike walks in a 5-pitch at bat. So that'll bring up the shortstop, Brendan Hammer. 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. He's reached base, though. However, in a plate appearance, walked in the bottom of the 4th. Runner on second with 1 out. Tie ball game in this interleague matchup between Syracuse and Elmira. First offering to the right-handed hitting Hammer with 1 out. His fastball misses away, 1-0. Pitch grounded right back up the middle. A sliding dive by the shortstop, flips to second, 1 on to first, not in time. Beautiful play by Brozan, who got the flip to Snyder. As Starr advances to third, Favada is cut down on the fielder's choice from Hammer. So runners on the corners with 2 outs for Tanner Carranza. Tanner walked in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 2 walks in the ball game for him. He'll bat from the right side of the plate, looking to give Elmira the lead. First pitch from the left-hander, misses in the dirt. Good block by Grant, 1-0. Want to know the count with 2 outs. And taken off from first base. Beautiful hit and run there as the Pios retake the lead. Going all the way to third base. In the process is Hammer. Now he comes around and he'll score. The ever so conventional 2-run single. And the Pios lead 6-4. So how about that? Star easily scores. Hammer was stealing, so on the hit and run, it drew the second baseman Snyder to the second base bag, which left a vacated hole open on the right side of the infield. And as a result, the Pios are able to get 2 runs home on what's just their first hit of the inning. 6 runs on 5 hits through 4 2/3 against 3 Salt Cats pitchers combined. This one blocked in the dirt in front of Grant. So remaining at second base is Carranza. Want to know the count to Henry Jackson. 3rd at bat of the ball game for Henry. Fly ball to center in the 3rd and a backwards K in the 4th. Pios doing a good job of hitting there with 2 outs. There's now a ground ball to Lucas Orlovitz. A nice diving stab deep in the hole at 3rd. Gets and throws, or rather more in the shortstop hole. Left side of the infield, unable to make the play at first base. Advancing to 3rd is Carranza. That's going to be an infield hit. As a valiant effort by the 3rd baseman Orlovitz to keep it from going into the outfield. Nonetheless, an infield single for Jackson, who's aboard for the first time in the ball game. 2nd hit of the inning for Elmira. And runners on the corners for Anthony Manganello, who made his bat loud in the bottom of the 4th with a 2-run single to put the Pios in front. So with 2 outs, Jackson's off at first on the infield hit. Carranza's off at 3rd, and the fastball misses away to Manganello, 1-0. Lefty on lefty matchup, kicking and firing. Manganello puts a charge into one deep center field. Going back as Campbell on his horse settles under it, just a couple steps in front of the warning track to put it away for the final out of the bottom of the 5th. But for Elmira in the inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they strand 2 on base. We've played 5 innings and the done. Elmira leading Syracuse 6-4 here on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning in Elmira. The kids race going around the field in the top of the 6th, and inadvertently a kid seemed to lose his shoe, so that's what the slight delay was. As we now head to the away half of the 6th inning, a line drive single sprayed into right center field, and now Carranza makes an error, turning and going to second base and getting there with a double. So Carranza having a tough time with it. That's Danny Rogers, who leads off the inning with a double for Syracuse. And now Tristan Glanchian will come to the plate. So rather a single that he advances into second. So an error made out there by Carranza. And now that'll bring up Glanchian to the plate. Righty on righty matchup. Taking off for third base. Breaking ball inside. No throw. A stolen base for Danny Rogers. So he read the breaking ball from Carlton. Rogers coasts into third. And Syracuse applying pressure immediately to begin the top of the 6th. 0-1 from Carlton. That one lined into center field is going to get down for a base hit in front of Esley. A run comes in to score. That's Rogers on an RBI single from Tristan Galachian, who's 3 for 3 in the ball game. And now it's a 6-5 Pios lead. So it'll be Andrew Hepner, the first baseman, to come to the plate. An RBI sac fly in the first, a double in the fourth. First pitch grounded foul wide of third. Ogura gives it a look, out of play, 0-1. With nobody out. This one lined deep to center field. Going back on his horse is Esley. He settles under it. 10 feet in front of the warning track, puts it away for a very long first out in the top of the 6th. It'll be a righty on righty matchup with one out. The extra hitter, Matt Stokes, is up. First pitch is a fastball on the outside corner. Stokes takes for a called strike. In the top of the first, Stokes flew out to center field and grounded in a run in the top of the fourth. 0-1 coming from Carlton, chopped down the third baseline. Ogura will retrieve it in foul territory. No balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Stokes with one out. Pioneers with a 6-5 lead in this interleague matchup between the NYCBL best and Syracuse and the defending champs in the West Division of the PGCBL from a season ago in your Elmira Pioneers. This one pops shallow center field. Long run for Esley, who comes in. He's going to have to play it on a hop. He bluffed it. Still, regardless, advancing to second is Gachalian. He'll get in there. So it's a bloop single for Matt Stokes. He's aboard for the first time in the ball game. Syracuse with the tying run on second base, and Gachalian the go-ahead run on first for Matt Stokes. And here's the catcher, Jackson Grant, who's been productive in both his 2 plate appearances in tonight's ball game. A single to lead off the second, and an RBI sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. Grant bats from the left side of the plate with one out. Pioneers preserving a 1-run advantage. Grant calls time, steps out of the box to collect himself, and he'll get back in. Nothing pitch on the way in the dirt with a fastball. Missing at the shoelaces to Grant. It's 1-0. 5 runs on 9 hits and no errors for Syracuse. 6 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors for your Pioneers. Next offering is in the dirt once again with a fastball. 2-0. Carlton missing. Carlton giving the Pioneers great length, as we alluded to. A doubleheader tomorrow, a game in Geneva on Saturday night, and a Father's Day matinee matchup at 4:00 p.m. versus the Niagara Falls Americans right here from Elmira's Dunn Field on Saturday. Missing inside, and it's now 3-0 with one out. Pioneers bullpen continuing to get loose. A little bit of action even in the batting cage. Overall, a good night to get reps in this non-conference matchup. Carleton kicks and fires. Fastball misses away, and it's a 4-pitch walk to the catcher in Grant. So the bases are loaded now with 1 out for the Salt Cats. It'll be Gachalian off a third, Stokes off a second, Grant off a first, and the righty hitting left fielder Mike Mayaw will come to the plate. Mayaw 0 for 2 in tonight's ballgame, including grounding into a 6-4-3 double play in the top of the second. Quick conversation out at the mound between Pios catcher Anthony Manganello and Sawyer Carleton. Once again, a spot start for Carleton in tonight's ballgame. Only 1 unearned run for Carleton. 4 runs through 5 1/3. Carleton in the ballgame has only retired 1 via the strikeout. Ogura is in at the corner, so is Palmer. And the fastball taken for a called strike by the righty hitting Mayaw. It's 0-1. Pioneers built a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 5th. 2-run single off the bat of Tanner Carranza. This one skips away from the catcher Manganello, and coming in to score the tying run of the ball game is Tristan Gachalian. The other runners, Stokes and Grant, advance, so Stokes will be on third. Grant off a second. Syracuse is tied at 6-all, 1-1 count with 1 out. 2 more runners in scoring position for the visitors. One coming, ready on ready matchup. Fastball misses high and away. 2 balls and a strike, the count to Mayaw. Here comes the 2-1, and missing inside with a fastball is Sawyer Carleton. 3 balls and a strike with 1 out. We're in the top of the 6th. Syracuse and Elmira, even in this non-conference matchup, 6-6. 3-1 pitch. Fouled off, first base side out of play, and it's a full count. Carleton comes set. The payoff pitch with 1 out. And the fastball line foul down the right field line out of play. Skips up against the tarp, and they'll do the full count pitch again. Carleton comes set. Payoff pitch misses. Low and away in the dirt. Mayaw is aboard via a walk. In the ball game so far for Carleton, 3 walks, 2 of them coming here in the top of the 6th. And it looks like that's going to do it for his outing, and it will. 5 1/3. Not eligible for the victory now, coming out with a tie game in the top of the 6th. Pios make a call to the bullpen. We'll take a moment and come right back in just a few short moments here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Dunfield. 6-all the score between your Pioneers and the Syracuse Salt Cats. So far in the ballgame, final line for Sawyer Carleton, 5 1/3 innings of work, 4 earned runs, 5 runs come in to score, 9 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout. New pitcher is the right-hander Jacob Moniz out of Rhode Island College, primarily a second baseman for the Pioneers, but he's in to eat perhaps 2 more outs of this inning or a possible inning and 2/3 to conclude tonight's affair. Interleague matchup with the Salt Cats, missing away, 2-0. The count to the right fielder, Ryan Manning. Syracuse in the inning has sent 7 hitters to the plate. They've scored 2 runs to tie the ball game up on 2 hits. Breaking ball misses at the top of the zone. Quickly behind 3 balls and no strikes is Moniz. Pio's in danger of going down for the first time since the 4th inning. There's a swing and a miss from Manning. Looks like he got fooled on a changeup from Jacob. 3 balls and a strike, the count with 1 out. Moniz comes set from the right side of the rubber, working out of the stretch, kicks and fires, and the fastball letter high is fouled off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, it would be fantastic work for Moniz here if he should battle back from a 3-0 count to retire Manning. Still a big pitch to get here. Corners are in. Middle infield to double play depth. Payoff with 1 out. Fouled off by Manning. He stays alive. 6 pitch at bat as he greets Moniz with a tough one-on-one battle. The payoff pitch coming with 1 out. Pop foul on top of the roof here at Dunfield. And out, so we'll do the payoff pitch again. Moniz comes set, delivers the payoff, grounded wide of third. Foul down the left field line. So a 9-pitch at-bat being worked by Ryan Manning. Will Moniz win the battle here and keep it a tie ball game for the Pioneers? Or does Syracuse go in front? This one lined over Jackson at second base into right center field for a base hit. Coming in to score is Stokes Grant right behind him. Motoring up to third base is Maya, who will stop right there on a 2 RBI double off the bat of Ryan Manning. A 4-run inning for Syracuse on their 3rd hit as both Stokes and Grant come in to score. Maya up to third. And Syracuse is back out in front with a 2-run advantage. Tenth hit of the ball game for the Salt Cats, as Moniz offers a fastball on the outside corner to the right-handed hitting Ethan Snyder. Salt Cats second baseman takes for a called strike 1. So it'll be an 0-1 pitch coming with Moniz, or from Moniz with 1 out. Righty on righty matchup, and the cut fastball inside fouled off the end of the bat by Snyder, 0-2. Moniz comes set, working out of the stretch position, right side of the rubber. 2 more in scoring position for the Salt Cats. Jacob misses high and away with a fastball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes the count with 1 out. In the visitors' half of the 6th inning, Pioneers trailing by 2 runs. A 4-run inning of their own for Syracuse, and now a 5 or 6-run inning. Coming in to score easily is Maya. Manning right behind him on a 2 RBI single off the bat of Snyder. And now the floodgates are opening. It's 10-6 Syracuse. So 6 runs on 4 hits, an error in the inning, and the Pios still not out of the woods yet. They now trail by 4 runs. Runner takes off for second. Throw down is a beauty, but it hits the base runner. Now trickles away from the shortstop position, kicks away. Hammer's going to retrieve it. Throw to third base. Now hits the runner and takes off on Manganello. So Snyder advances to second, gets hit there, and then the throw to third. So some sloppy baseball by the Pioneers, as the physical errors defensively continue to mount up. Would imagine that's not going to make manager Andrew Drum too happy. Even if it is a matchup that does not count towards the standings. You still want to play your cleanest version of baseball. Pioneers have not done that tonight. Missing high with a fastball is Moniz. 2 balls and no strikes to count. 2-0, a high fly ball deep to left field. Favada goes back on the warning track. He'll put it away for the second out. Coming in to score, though, easily is Ethan Snyder. It's now 11-6 Salt Cats. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Lucas Orlovitz. So a 7-run top of the 6th by Syracuse. And they send all 10 batters to the plate. They've batted around. Bases are empty with a 5-run lead for the shortstop Isaac Brosen. Orlovitz just got under that one. Salt Cats being productive on the base paths. Stealing bags, catching the Pioneers napping defensively all evening, and productively driving in runs like you saw there with the Orlovitz sac fly. 2 outs and the base is empty. Moniz misses with his first offering to Isaac Brosen. Carlton now in line for the loss. Those base runners, his responsibility, the 2 that were out there. So for him on the day now, 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. Moniz, the second pitcher, first reliever in the ball game for the Pios. Fires the 2-0 offering for a called strike. Moniz getting ahead as best he can with the fastball. Righty-on-righty matchup with the bases empty and 2 outs. 2-1, misses in the dirt. Brosen, it's 3 balls and a strike. Syracuse 11 runs on 11 hits and no errors. Pioneers 6 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors. This one a high ground ball to the shortstop Hammer on a bounce. Fires picked out of the dirt nicely by Palmer, who's had a nice night over there. Picked 2 or 3 very nicely, but that'll finally get the Pioneers out of what was a treacherous top of the 6th inning. 7 runs on 4 hits and error. No runner stranded on base. We take it to the bottom half. 11-6 Syracuse here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Bottom of the 6th inning, Syracuse with an 11-6 lead over your Elmira Pioneers. As Andrew Roxby leads off the home half of the 6th for Elmira. It'll be Roxby followed by Esley and Ogura. Roxby, the extra hitter in tonight's ball game, 1 for 2, a single in the 2nd, and a ground out in the 4th, rather. So a single in the 3rd, ground out in the 4th. Takes a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Nobody out. Syracuse mounting a 7-run inning in the top of the 6th. As missing away is Francesconi, 2-1. 2-1 with nobody out. Fastball outside corner. Roxby takes for a called strike. That was pulled in nicely by the catcher, Grant, to sell the strike call there. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out to the right-handed hitting Roxby. Pios trail by 5 and a swing and a miss. Andrews down for the first out of the 6th. So that'll bring up Manny Esley. 0 for 1 in the ball game, but he's walked twice. With the bases empty and 1 out, lefty on righty matchup. Fastball inside corner. Manny takes for a called strike. Once again, apologies for the lack of confirmation on the player's number for the Salt Cats. No 86 on the active roster. This one grounded fair. Picked up by Orlovitz in fair territory. Throws to first, not picked in the dirt. And his first baseman, Hepner, couldn't even find it. Bounced in front of him, popped in and out of his glove. So Esley reaches for the 3rd time in the ball game. Look to see whether that's ruled a hit or an error. It was a tough play for Orlovitz. Very well could go down as an infield hit. We'll wait for official ruling from our scorer, Mike Mandel. Regardless, it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup as Kosei Ogura comes to the dish. 7th hit of the game for the Pioneers, so it'll go down as an infield hit for Manny Esley. As Orlovitz did everything he could with an off-balance throw to attempt to complete that in time. First pitch is a fastball to Ogura, dotted over the outside corner for a called strike 1. Next pitch inside at the knees, 1-1. Chopped on the ground. Orlovitz to his forehand side, goes to second one, on to first, not in time. Relay can't be completed. Fielder's choice for Ogura. Esley's nabbed as the lead runner at second for the 2nd out of the 6th inning. Ogura reaching on the fielder's choice. So with 2 outs and runner on first, that'll bring up Shane Starr. Starr digging in, lefty-on-lefty matchup. Ogura with a medium-sized lead off the first base bag. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Syracuse leading by 5. First pitch, Starr. Ground ball up the middle. Ranging to his backhand side is Snyder. Throw to first base is just in time to get Starr to complete the bottom of the 6th. Shane not too thrilled with that one, and now Pioneers first base coach going out to challenge that play. And that'll end the 6th inning. So in the inning for Elmira, no runs and a hit, no errors. They strand a runner on base. We take it to the 7th, 11-6 Syracuse on the Pioneers Baseball Network. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Jacob Mona is out for his first full inning of relief work. And the first pitch misses way high from Moniz. A ball and no strikes. It's Caleb Fisher digging in from the left side of the plate. Fisher, the lefty, against the righty Moniz, who delivers a fastball for a called strike on the outside corner. Pioneers scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th, 2 in the bottom of the 5th. 6 runs on 7 hits in the ball game. Problem is the defensive errors and self-inflicted wounds keep on mounting up, regardless of whether this game counts in the standings or not. Pioneers would like to have a couple moments in tonight's ball game. Back 1-2 with nobody out. Mona's lost his balance, so he'll just throw a fastball high. It's 2-2. And now the throw from Manganello evades him as he was thrown back to Moniz, goes into center field. It's been that kind of day for the Pioneers. Very frustrating. So it'll be a 2-2 from Moniz with nobody out. Fastball misses high and away. And 3 balls and 2 strikes to Caleb Fisher. Payoff pitch from Moniz, a fly ball down the left field line, foul out of play. Payoff pitch with nobody out, fisted on the ground to third base. Ogura handles it on 2 hops, his throw across the diamond, in time for the first out of the 7th. So Fisher's retired to begin the 7th. 3 different hitters being inserted into that number 2 role for Mike Martinez's Syracuse Salt Cats tonight was Campbell originally, then Danny Rogers, then Caleb Fisher. As Fisher grounds out, put out goes 5-3, 1 out. With the bases empty in the top of the 7th, righty and righty matchup, Moniz kicks and fires a low fastball, taken at the knees for a called strike 1. From Tristan Glatchen, who's arguably had the best day offensively for the Salt Cats. Glatchen, a double in the first, a single in the 4th, an RBI single in the 6th, came around to score in what was a 7-run inning for Syracuse. High fly ball deep to left field. Favada settles under it and puts it away for a very long second out of the top of the 7th. So the play goes F7, and with 2 outs and the bases empty, Syracuse still ahead 5 runs. Andrew Hepner comes to the dish. Hepner himself has also had a productive evening. Reached base in 1 of 3 plate appearances, productive in 2 of them, a sac fly in the 1st, a double in the 4th. Also a very loud fly ball in the top of the 6th. As Moniz misses high with a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes the count with 2 outs. Jacob fires and the fastball misses high, 2-0. Salt Cats dugout and Moniz exchanging a few oohs and ahs as Syracuse running away with what looks to be a 5-run victory. Here's a ground ball and 3 hops to shortstop. The throw across the diamond from Hammer, picked out of the dirt by Palmer in time to conclude a 1-2-3 effective top of the 7th inning for Jacob Moniz. No runs and no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. We've played 6.5, Syracuse ahead 11-6 in this non-conference matchup from Dunn Field here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. New pitcher in the ballgame for the Syracuse Salt Cats. It's the right-hander Weston Miller to face the middle third in the Elmira order. Vincent Favada followed by Michael Palmer and Brendan Hammer. Last chance for the Pios in the ballgame, home half of the 7th. Elmira trailing by 5 to Syracuse in this non-conference interleague matchup. Right-hander Miller sets, working out of the windup from the right side of the rubber. Against the righty hitting Favada, the first offering is a ball low and away, 1-0. Favada in the ball game 0 for 2, reached base once, walked in the bottom of the 4th, and came around to score in the Pioneers' most productive offensive inning of the ball game, in which Elmira plated 4 runs on 2 hits against reliever Jonathan Missoura. Slider on the outside corner, Favada takes for a called strike 1. Righty Miller kicks and fires his third offering, outside corner again. Favada stares at it for a called strike 2. 1-2 the count, nobody out, bottom of the 7th. Salt Cats ahead 11-6. 11 runs and 11 hits for Syracuse. Pioneers committing 3 errors in the ballgame. This one chopped up the middle by Favada. Going to be a tough play for Brazan. Ranges over, fires to first. Favada beats it out. So Vinny's aboard with an infield single. Pioneers have gone every inning except for 1 with a hit. It's their 8th hit of the game. No hits in the bottom of the 2nd. Since then, at least 1 since the 3rd. Wide lead for Favada, who's got wheels off at first with nobody out. Righty on lefty matchup. It's lefty swinging. Palmer grounds one through the right side into right field for a base hit. Favada makes the turn. He's going to third. Ball dies down in right field. The fire from Manning. Not in time now. Advancing up to second is Palmer. And that was a dumb decision as he gets gunned out. Play goes 5-4. Orlovitz over to Snyder. And attempting to advance to second base was Palmer. He already had a hit. Favada up to third. So a bad way to make the first out of the bottom of the 7th. But Brandon Hammer comes up with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. So 1 out here in the home stanza of the 7th. It'll be Hammer, the shortstop, to come to the plate. He's reached base twice in the ballgame. A walk and a fielder's choice. Productive because he's scored both times he's reached. And he lines one into shallow left field for a base hit. Coming in to score is Favada, an RBI single off the bat of the shortstop, Hammer. And it's now a 4-run ball game. Second hit of the inning for Elmira. 11-7, Syracuse leads. So to be the right-handed swinging Tanner Carranza to come to the plate. Pioneers right fielder has reached base in all 3 plate appearances in the ball game. His last trip to the plate, a very successful one. A 2 RBI double in which put the Pios ahead in the bottom of the 5th. Since then, it's been all downhill. Pitch, strike, throw down to second base, not in time. A stolen base for Brendan Hammer. So a runner in scoring position for Carranza. As we mentioned, 2 RBIs already in the ball game for him. Pios trail by 4, down to their final 2 outs in this non-conference 7-inning battle with Syracuse. Weston Miller, 2 looks at second base. Tall, lanky, right-handed frame. Working out of the stretch position with a runner on. This one chopped over his head to the second baseman, Snyder, who has a tough time fielding it, thinking about coming to the plate, but stopping at third is Hammer. So that might be the first error of the ball game committed by the Salt Cats. So runners on first and third. It's going to go down as a hit. Infield hit for Tanner Carranza. And now Henry Jackson, the second baseman, will come to the plate. Jackson with an infield single. His last time up in the bottom of the 5th. Righty on righty matchup. Runners on the corners for the Pios. And the first offering is a fastball for a called strike. – 11-7, Syracuse leads here in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 from Miller. And the breaking ball is outside. A ball and a strike. Miller checks Carranza, who's off of first. With one out, rocks and fires. Bring ball back, pick to first. Carranza safe. And he's lucky that he is. Pioneers almost got caught napping on the base paths once again. So it'll be a 1-1 coming with one out. Miller to the righty hitting Henry Jackson, who fouls one off. Third base side out of play. It's 1-2. Miller comes set, all even at twos with one out. Deals and a fly ball into right field. Sending Manning back on his horse. He camps under it, puts it away, tagging and coming to the plate and scoring is Brendan Hammer. It's sacrifice fly off the bat of Henry Jackson. It's 11-8 Syracuse. So 2 runs on 2 hits in the inning. Jackson productive for the second plate appearance in the ball game. And then Anthony Manganello, the catcher, will come up as the last hope for the Pios. In the bottom of the 7th inning, this non-conference matchup with the Salt Cats. Pios will welcome in the Batavia Muck Dogs for a 4 p.m. start time tomorrow. All coverage beginning right here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network at 3:45 with Pioneers pregame. First pitch, fastball, inside corner called strike to Manganello. Anthony in tonight's ball game, a strikeout swinging, 2 RBI single in the 4th and a fly ball to center in the 5th. 0-1 with 2 outs, line down the right field line, foul out of play, 0-2. Pios in danger of dropping this non-conference ball game. They trail Syracuse by 3, a 2-run bottom of the 7th inning on 2 hits. Should Manganello reach, should be the extra hitter Andrew Roxby. Breaking ball just inside. Home plate umpire says no. Weston Miller questioning that one. 1-2. Manganello calls time, steps out of the box for a brief moment. The 1-2 count with 2 outs. Miller fires and a ground ball into right field for a base hit. Advancing up to second base is Carranza. He'll stop right there. So it's a single off the bat of Manganello. And the tying run comes to the plate in Andrew Roxby. Two runs on 3 hits now in the bottom of the 7th for Elmira. It'll be a righty-on-righty matchup. Weston Miller against Andrew Roxby with 2 outs. In the ball game for Roxby, he's 1 for 3, a single, ground out, and strikeout. Carranza leads off a second. Manganello off a first. Pios trail by 3. First offering from Miller to Roxby. Breaking ball at the knees, taken for ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 coming with 2 outs. Fastball, swing and a miss, 1-1. Miller comes set, right side of the rubber. Carranza leads off a second. Roxby off of first. 1-1, swing and a miss by Roxby, and the Pios are down to their final strike. One and 2 with 2 outs. Syracuse looking to wrap up the ball game here. 1-2 from Miller, chopped foul, wide of home plate. And the count remains 1-2. 1-2 pitch coming with 2 outs. Kicking and firing is Miller, and the breaking ball popped up into left field. Settling under it is Mayo, the call and the catch, and the ball game is over. The Syracuse Salt Cats come into Dunn Field and take home an 11-8 victory in this non-conference matchup. Pio's 1-3 in the PGCBL West Division. 0-1 in non-conference play, 1-4 overall. So some uphill work to be done. Pios lose 11-8. They'll be right back here at Dunn Field tomorrow afternoon as the Batavia Muck Dogs come to town for a doubleheader. We'll have all your coverage once again here on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network with live pregame coverage getting underway at 3:45. Once again, I'm Farrell Hudson saying so long and good night from Dunn Field. You've been listening to Elmira Pioneers Baseball on the Elmira Pioneers YouTube stream.